Hello everyone, I'm your host, Boss Zombie. Welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Online Necrom. We will continue. Oh, new server. Remember there was a chest over there? Oh, okay. I guess we'll, head to Old Isra. I'm surprised we haven't seen any familiar faces yet, like returning NPCs. I mean, again, they said Naryu's in this one. But that was about it. Folsey Ithril. You're the one who keeps telling me, don't go into... Oh, she's gonna tell me now.
Wait, hold on. Headed to Old Isra.
I was planning on it. Folsey Othril.
Oh good, you stopped. No time for details. People eager to see me dead will come over that hill at any moment. So, want to earn some easy gold?
What do I need to do?
Tell Hulan. The tower at Old Isra's east end. Inside there's a green mushroom. By that mushroom there's a dark elf. She'll probably insult you. She's my contact. Deliver this letter, then walk away with a pocket full of gold.
What's so important about this letter that people want to kill you?
Better you don't know. But, fine. There's a spy among the Assembly of Masters. My contact's here to end the threat. Look, can you take this letter to her? Don't open it, don't look at it, don't talk about it. Hand it over and you're done. Deal?
Wait, is this the one with Naryu? Is this gonna be... Alright, I'll take the letter to your contact in Old Isra.
Remember, a dark elf by a green mushroom and tell Hulan. Tell her, both light and shadow can be deadly. She'll reply, though only one chases the other. Then hand over the letter and she'll give you gold. Now, go while I lead my pursuers away.
Who's chasing you?
The people working for the spy. That's my assumption, at least. When a dagger flew past my head, I took off. Look, you don't want to know any more about this. You don't need details to deliver a letter, and the more you know, the greater the danger.
Tell me about Old Isra.
It's just another Telvanni town. Its claim to fame is that the Assembly of Masters congregates there. Look, I'm from the other side of Morrowind. I just had orders to meet my contact here.
Oh, like Blacklight? Like the other side?
More? Ask a local.
What should I know about the Assembly of Masters?
We don't have time for this. Look, the name is misleading. Telvanni Masters never assemble. Instead, they send their assistants, the mouths, to represent them. So it's really the Assembly of Mouths. But no one wants to call it that. Can I go now?
Sure. Is your only...
Get to Tel Hulan. I'll draw off my pursuers.
Is her only point in existing just hand you the quest? That's weird. I mean, she wouldn't be the first NPC and she won't be the last that does that, but... That just feels unnecessary. Green mushroom. I mean, it's gotta be Naryu if we're doing, like, assassination stuff and, like, contacts, right? Spy stuff.
Any delay is unacceptable. We hired the Morag.
Did she change her hair?
This problem.
Bellow all you want. It won't change my process.
Outrageous! How dare you...
Master Phobes, a word, if I may.
Why does she look different? I think it's a different haircut, isn't it?
Well, look what the Nixox dragged in. What are you doing here, hero? Are you following me again? Seriously, what brings you to this house of arrogance and whining?
Both light and shadow can be deadly.
Though only one chases the other. Alright, it's obvious Folsey sent you and she gave you the code of a courier. That tells me you have something for me. Go on then. Hand it over.
Folsey gave me this letter. She said you'd pay well to get it. She was being followed and led them away.
Folsey can fend for herself. Right now, I need to see if she learned anything to point me to the true identity of my target. Tredesum, the name on the writ, is an alias. Interesting. According to Folsey, House Drez established a camp to the south.
They did. There's a world boss there. Is that important?
Folsey seems to think so. Since you want to get paid, how about you help me out? I need to assassinate a spy and tell Hulan. But to do that, I need to figure out who actually deserves my blade. It's quite legal. I have a Morag Tong writ of execution.
What's a writ of execution?
A binding document that gives me the authority to eliminate the name on the writ. We figure out who Tridecim actually is, I finish the job, you get paid, and we go home. Not together, necessarily. Depends on my mood. So, what do you say?
Sure.
Congratulations, you're my new foci. First, go to the servants' quarters to the west and ask Akigo about the spy. Then visit the Dres camp to the south and see if they have any connection to this Tridecim. I need to keep watch here, just in case.
Her voice also sounds a little different. Maybe that's my imagination. How have you been?
Ah, hero. If we had a bottle of wine and all the time in the world, the stories I could tell you. But I really want to complete this writ and then wash the stink of the Talvani out of my hair. Can we catch up later, please?
You want to talk about Vea?
Now is not the time, hero. Distractions can lead to a blade in your back, or worse, to one in mine. Concentrate on the mission. Let me do my job, then we can talk.
Anything else I should know to help you determine Tridecim's true identity?
You mean other than the fact that I have a writ for someone named Tridecim who apparently doesn't exist? That House Dres has a nearby camp? Or that I want you to question a servant named Akigo? Which of those would you like me to spell out for you?
Where'd you get the name Tridecim?
It was part of the writ, provided by whichever scribe the masters had contact the Morag Tong. But since no one here knows anyone with that name, it must be an alias. Believe me, when I figure out who took out the writ, I plan to ask them about that.
Why is the House Dress camp important?
Because Foci thought me knowing about it was important enough to involve you. House Dres controls the land far to the south, near the Black Marsh border. Them setting up a camp near here could be coincidence, but it's worth checking out.
Why do you want me to talk to Akigo in particular?
Akigo is a contact I cultivated the last time business brought me out this way. For a minor servant, he excels at avoiding notice and absorbing everything that happens in town. He'll only help if it's safe. He knows what the Talvani do to traitors.
I've asked enough questions for now.
Are you sure? Don't want to ask about my favorite beverage, how I look so good without any effort, or which scrib I favor in tonight's race? Good. Then let's get to work, hero. We have a spy to identify.
Why is the Morag Tong interested in Aldisra?
It's not, and I couldn't care less about the Talvani. House full of arrogant arses. I'd put each of them to the blade if I had the writs for it. This is strictly business. The Assembly took out a writ. I'm here to enforce it.
Why does the Assembly think they have a spy?
Information discussed during the meetings of the Assembly of Masters has gotten out. One of the mouths accused this Tridecim, and the Masters applied for the writ. Unfortunately, no one here is named Tridecim. Means we actually need to do some work.
Is it just like an anagram of someone's name? What do you know about the people in this room?
Foes is a typical Talvani master, full of himself and twice as annoying. Sulis is reasonable, but he's hiding something. Then there's the servant Zemzo. I expected to deal mostly with servants and mouths. Surprised to find this many masters here.
What's the difference between a mouth and a master?
Not much, in my opinion. They're all just interested in gaining power, stabbing each other in the back, and earning higher ranks in the house.
Man, the Talvani really
Mouths
suck.
serve their masters, representing them so the masters don't have to leave their towers.
Anyone else I should know about?
Just that lickspittle Alem Gito. He's Foves' aide. Made a good show of subservience, didn't he? Like all Talvani's servants, I assume he's quietly vying for power in some way. The sooner we're done and I can leave, the better I'll feel.
Okay.
No, Sulis. I'm out of patience. We need this finished now!
Master Foves, calm yourself. This solves nothing.
Foves.
Come, Gito. Leave the hireling to her work.
Yes, Master Foves.
Well, unlike Foves, I am at your service should you require anything.
Are you the one who put out the writ? So the servants... Alright. Yeah, the dress camp is the... Yeah. I guess we'll talk to the servants first because they're closer.
I have nothing to say to you, friend of the Dark Lady.
How did you already know that? I like your colors.
Word travels fast in old Isra, outsider. I heard you
You
work
have
with
so
the
many
Dark
horns.
Lady. Last time she came through, I had to clean up 3 bodies. If she sent you to ask for my help again, the answer is, politely, no. I do not want her to be angry with me.
She wants to know what you may have heard about a spy in Tel Hulin.
Just information? No risk to scale or tail? Very well. I don't know about a spy, but a servant leaves the quarters late every Sundas and Midas night, then returns early the next morning. No idea who, but there's always a strange smell the next day.
Can I look around the servants' quarters?
What? No. It's locked for a reason. We servants don't have that much. I won't let a stranger in to go through our meager belongings. Nope, this key stays right here with me.
I feel guilty intimidating him, but I'll find another way in.
Oh, I didn't expect you to be reasonable. That's refreshing. I can't give you the key to our quarters. My masters beat me enough as it is. But I happen to know that Garntz leaves his key on a table in the courtyard when he's working. Now, go away.
Alright, see? It's a little more legwork, but I would have felt bad intimidating him. Oh, this is where we... I wonder whatever happened to that guy. I took it right in front of him and he didn't notice. Alright. Is this a trespassing? Oh. Careless the keys. We put a great deal of trust in you right now. If I let any servants leave the keys unattended in the courtyard, I will make sure. Oh. Are they not gonna... Fake jewelry. Why is that important? Cheap jewelry that the servants will use on their few days off. Okay. Paper scraps. Scraps of papers of the servants of elders are used to communicate with each other without the Telvanni masters noticing. Oh, it's like passing notes in class. Jar of Kagudi musk. Jar belonging to servants' belongings can be powerful. Oh, look, they have the old Telvanni bed and the new one. I wish they would... I know they have a weird policy about not modifying existing things, but...
Did you see that woman outside? If looks could kill, she wouldn't need those knives.
Shh. She asked about her assistant. Just keep your head down.
They should upgrade the textures of old stuff, was what I was going to say.
Was that you, rummaging around upstairs? If you're a new servant, then I hope you learn to respect other people's belongings. Also, and I'll try to say this gently, your smell is quite pungent.
Heard any good gossip recently?
Well, last week, the head steward assigned me to Master Sulis's quarters. He's friendly in public, but exceedingly mean behind closed doors. I heard him talking with Masters Foves and Filsey about a secret project, but I didn't get any details.
Sulis Foves Thilsi. Ever heard of a servant leave? You ever heard a servant leave at night?
I have, and I wish they'd do it quietly. I won't tell the head steward, but they could repay my discretion by not disturbing my sleep. And no, I don't know who it is. Staying ignorant means I don't need to lie when someone asks.
What about a strange smell?
Yes, and it's right in front of me. Have you been wrestling in the swine pond? Probably with the servant that sneaks out late at night, I imagine. Please take that smell and leave. We've been trying to air out this place for weeks.
Wait, what was the name for this one? Falsey. No, not Falsey. Is the name just a combination of the 3 masters he just named?
Hey, hero. Find anything pertinent to my writ?
Yeah, probably.
Notice how the servants around here love me. They know I'm here for bigger scribs than them. Well, come to think of it, I have had a writ or 2 for servants over the years. 3, actually. Anyway, find anything useful in there?
I found this jar.
You brought me a jar. Ugh, it reeks like Asha's undergarments. Why in the world would a servant need a jar of Kaguti musk? I can't think of a single useful purpose other than to stink up the place. Did Akigo have any useful information?
He said a servant leaves every Sundas and Middas night. The quarters smell awful the next day.
Well, I'd say you'd found the source of the smell. But why go out on specific nights just to return with a jar of stink? Could it be some sort of weird romantic rendezvous? That's no courting ritual that I'm familiar with. Anything else?
Master Sulis, Foves, and Thilsi. Is it just a combination of their name? No. Are working on a secret project.
Now that's interesting. Certainly worthy of the efforts of a spy, depending on the nature of the project. Let's you and I keep this to ourselves for now. See what else we can learn about this secret project.
I'll go to the dress settlement. Let me just wait a second because sometimes NPC dialogue. Nope, okay. The game just likes to, like, as you're walking away, trigger a little bit of dialogue. And I'm slowly learning to just hang around a little long. Just to make sure I don't miss it. Hey, you know what sucked in this region? Excavating antiquities or fishing, because the Seekers, the Herald Seekers, the range of aggression, like they're fighting someone else and all of a sudden you get pulled in, and then I've had instances where I'm fishing on one side of the river and like they're fighting on the other side and I get pulled into the fight. It was terrible. Everything involving those Seekers was a mistake in terms of design. Ooh, there's a chest in there. Don't mind if I do. Report on Operation Siphon. Operation held undiscovered. Source of information established in the Assembly of Master provides regular updates. Process for exchanging information. Tredessim. Okay, so it's one of the servants, I guess? Grateful that Tredessim so willingly provides information. These lives become a wellspring. Current phase of operation concludes soon. Tanel dress. Okay, that's just flavor text. Oh, how did you guys aggro? Shadow Bruiser. Letter concerning Tredessim. I'm listening your understanding for sending this. We have request some urgency doesn't have any time. Engage in long-term version extract information. Our agent inside Tredessim passes the following note during the recent. I don't know how, but the masters learned that they have a spy in their ranks. One of them is suspect Master Sulis enacted a writ of execution on Morag Tong. It is working with it, believe it, I stay protected. Now there's a good chance I wind up with a knife in my gut. Since this risk is going, I want to take some urgent steps. Transfer another round of my seasonal paying to Master Sulis' account at the bank in Necrom. To alleviate my growing fear of this hired assassin. If you hesitate to comply with it, consider it in lieu of future information. Use codes. Okay. Sparrow for Master Sulis. Bristleback for Master Foves. Beetle for Master Thilsi. Okay, this is a long note. Okay. One last bit. Oh.
Over here,
You got here
hero.
fast.
Got anything interesting for me?
Yeah, probably.
Felsi's report didn't do this place justice. This isn't a camp. It's a House Drez foothold in House Telvanni territory. Any chance you found anything that will help us find the spy in there?
This report refers to Tredessim as a direct aid to a master.
Well, that narrows down the list of suspects. And it also tells us how they exchange information with their contact. They're using the Kaguti nests to the north as a pickup spot. Did you find anything else?
This letter indicates Tredessim was worried. They want to shift blame to Master Sulis.
Add all this to that jar of Kaguti musk you found in the servants' quarters, and I think we're getting close to catching our spy. using false names to identify the masters. Clever, and demonstrates a sense of humor.
Should we warn Master Sulus about the gold in his bank account?
Not quite yet. This could just be another diversion. Let's not jump to too many conclusions just yet.
What's next?
So it appears that an aide or servant leaves messages for House Drez at the Kugudi nests to the north, using the must to keep from being attacked. First, go to Tel Hulan and update Master Sulus. Then we'll check on those nests.
Okay.
The clues indicate that Tredessim is an aide to one of the masters, who also sleeps in the servant quarters. They used Kugudi Musk to approach the northern nests to exchange messages with House Drez. Update Master Sulus, then join me at the nests.
Can we go over what we know so far?
Not a bad time to review the evidence. Though I strongly advise that you not mention any of this to the mouths and masters at Tel Hulan. Where would you like to start?
What do we know about Tredessim?
The Drez call the spy Tredessim. They're a servant, but more than that, a personal aide to one of the Telvanni masters. We also know that Tredessim passes information to the camp House Drez established outside Aldezra.
How does Tredessim pass information?
We deduce that Tredessim leaves their quarters late at night to drop information off at the northern Kaguti nests. They use Musk to keep the beasts from attacking. The next day, Drez agents recover the information.
Do we know anything about the information Tredessim is passing along?
Only speculation. It probably has something to do with that secret project the servant mentioned. Something that Masters Sulus, Foves, and Thusi are working on. Beyond that, it could be anything. Lot of important business happens in Tel Hulan.
Is there evidence of the Master's involvement?
Hard to say with confidence. Tredessim sent a letter requesting a transfer of gold into Master Sulus's bank account. And we could interpret that as evidence of his involvement, but it could just be a diversion. Let's not draw the wrong conclusion.
I guess I'm caught up.
Good, because we still have a lot to do. Head back to Tel Hulan and update Master Sulus. Placate him, but don't give him any more information than necessary. We're still not sure if he's involved. Then meet me at those Kagudi nests to the north.
Okay. I mean, there has to be some significance to the choice of Tredessim. It's not just a random name, right? Or is Tredessim a word I'm not familiar with? Whoa! Excuse me, sir. Is this? Yeah, this one. You're the one who's nice in public but mean otherwise, right?
Ah, you're assisting the Morag Tong agent, correct? As busy as I am, I can always spare a moment for the hired help.
Now you asked me to give you an update on the investigation. We're close to identifying the spy.
Oh, that is good to hear. Even though the Assembly enacted the writ, I know that Naryu is under no obligation to keep us informed. I appreciate it. I know better than to ask for specific details. The Morag Tong prefers to work unhindered. Anything else?
Could you tell me who attends the Assembly of Masters meetings?
The Masters send representatives to the Assembly, our mouths. They have the authority to speak in our names. Some sessions require a Master or two to attend, as well as any aides and servants. Scribes take notes so every Master can stay informed.
I heard you were working on a special project.
You did you? Interesting. Yes, I'm working on something with Masters Foves and Thilsey. We've been meeting frequently until fairly recently. Then Foves stopped attending. He's worried about the spy. His aide delivers him notes after each meeting.
Thank you for the explanation.
A very informative update. Thank you. Now you should get back to it. We'll all feel safer and more secure once this spy has been dealt with. Permanently.
Care to tell me anything else about your secret project?
Not especially. I suggest we change topics.
Any guesses to the spy's identity?
To a Telvanni master such as myself, everyone is a spy and a threat. It's something of our way of life. Hence the need for you and the Morag Tong assassin. A fresh set of eyes and a dagger to get the job done. I suggest you get back to it.
Okay. Foves, you're the one with the short temper.
Hireling, I hope you have a strong sense of discretion. Talking to Master Sulis like that may not be wise. I have concerns about him. Have you and the assassin made progress?
We're close to identifying the spy, but other than that, I can't say.
I totally understand. What some call paranoia, I call prudent caution. This spy could cause irreparable damage to the Assembly, if not to House Telvanni itself. Tell me, what did you and Master Sulis talk about just now?
He explained the workings of the Assembly and how the Masters engage in special projects.
Did he now? How easily he let slip confidential information to a stranger. I know others find me grating, but I've spent my life making House Telvanni stronger. This spy threatens our stability. I need you to find them. Eliminate this threat.
Nario and I are working on that.
I don't like this feeling of the wolves at the door. Your confidence encourages me. Thank you for talking with me. Now I must go. I swear my aide Gito is avoiding me. Just between us, he's let his grooming lapse. His odor is quite unpleasant.
You seem suspicious of Master Sulis.
I'm suspicious of everyone, especially my peers and rivals. You have to be, in my position. Sulis, though, he's changed. I don't like it.
Changed how?
He has a new urgency about him. Always wants to talk about some new idea or another. For example, Sulis mentioned our secret project, yes? He insists that we meet in person. And with a spy and possible assassin roaming this tower? Ridiculous!
Care to tell me anything about this secret project?
What? No, of course not. What part of the word secret are you unfamiliar with? No, I cannot discuss our project. Sulis should never have mentioned it to begin with.
You mentioned something about your aide?
Oh, Alam Gito. Yes, he's been my loyal assistant for a number of years. Maybe I've been working him too hard. Seems like he has no time to keep up his appearance. And the smell! Perhaps I should get him a room outside the servants' quarters.
Alright, well, I'm starting to think there's like a red herring kind of casting, like, oh, maybe it's him, but it's not actually. Because that would be way too obvious, the way they just did that. Are these the dangerous mushrooms? Nope, yep, they sure are. There's just one right here in the settlement. So what am I looking for? You know, I don't see a whole lot. Oh, okay, there's the Kagudi. Above. There are a lot of Kagudi here.
Damn it, Bossy. I told you to be careful. I hate losing a good associate.
Huh. Tridecim, your information continues to pay dividends. Uh-huh. Interesting. Wait, which one was Bristleback? Who is this? Bartolo the Blade.
Here's the other one. You bleed before I let you find our spy.
Okay. Bye. That was weird, cool armor though. Ooh.
A prosperous discovery.
Indeed. Alum, the time for secret names is over. The Morgton will find you if they haven't already. I just hope. Let's find you first. As soon as you read this, come to our camp to the south. Do not hesitate to make any arrangements. Too late for anything other than running. From your great service to House Dress and deserve to be rewarded. We'll escort you off the peninsula back to the Dress territory under protection. New identity to keep you hidden. You will know. Oh, so it really was him? That's so.
Let's talk where there's some fresh air.
But that wasn't like even clever.
I smell like a Kagudi, this place smells like a Kagudi, and you definitely smell like a Kagudi. Let me see that letter you found.
It indicates that Elam Guitad is Tridecim.
Master Foves' aide. Interesting. Once House Drez heard about the writ, they must have panicked.
So now we go and confront Alan Gritiot?
Not so fast, hero. Have we found everything here at the Kagudi nests? There might be more clues scattered around this Drez message relay.
I found this other letter.
Ugh, what's that on the letter? Are you sure that's just mud? Why don't you just read it to me from over there?
Gritiot gave the Dress details about a weapon called the Permeatin Snare. Permeation
Probably
Snare.
that secret
Oof.
project the servant mentioned. Foes is part of the project, so as his trusted aide, Guiteau gains access to the details. May have even taken the notes himself.
Someone named someone named Bristleback aided Gritiot, forwarded gold into someone named Sparrow's account.
Bristleback,
Oh,
Sparrow,
that's a
that
typo?
letter, and the Dress camp explained these code names. This means Master Foves worked with Guiteau this whole time. They even tried to frame Master Sulis as the spy. Can't say I'm overly surprised.
What's our next step?
My next step is quite clear. I kill Guiteau. The writ covers Tridecim and just Tridecim. Anything you want to do beyond that is up to you, hero. Let's return to Tel Hulan. Hopefully Guiteau is there so I can wrap this up.
Oh.
Meet me in Tel Hulan. We can finish this there.
Okay. There really are a lot of Kagudi here. Well, I know if I ever need to do a daily involving... I think they're considered reptiles. They're either reptiles or beasts. That's not a bad spot. I mean, I would think they're reptiles.
Tell me, assassin, have you dealt with our spy?
Not yet, but I'm about to.
Oh.
Looks like we got to that letter before Guiteau. He never received his
Guiteau.
orders to slip away and make a break for the Dress camp. Makes my life easier.
What happens now, Naryu?
Now I complete my writ. I figured you'd want to witness a professional at work. After all your help, you've earned that right.
How does it work exactly?
The rules are quite explicit. I can only terminate the person or persons listed on my writ, and this writ only covers Tridecim. We know there's Guiteau, so he's my only target. A Telvanni master may be guilty of scheming, but that's nothing new.
Before you go, False, you did promise someone to bring you that letter.
She did she? I suppose you did go out of your way to help a woman with a writ. Here you go, payment is promised. Never let it be said that Naryuvirian doesn't pay for services rendered. Thanks again, hero. Now, for my final bit of business.
Oh.
Master Foves, it seems your aide has been speaking out of turn.
No! Mercy, please!
If you're certain, assassin, then do as you will.
No! You'll have to catch me first!
Help is so difficult to come by. Pity you had to kill one of the good ones.
I guess she threw a knife when I wasn't focused on her.
It takes so long to find someone you can trust, raise them up, teach them how best to serve you. So much time invested. Then they go and do this. Thank you, I guess. Now, please, leave me be.
Are we really not going to address that? Okay.
With that, the writ is complete. I'm still curious why Guiteau decided to betray his master, but I suppose that doesn't really matter at this point. In a place like this, you don't always need a reason for betrayal.
What happens now?
It's time we finally talk about what happened. As much as it pains me to revisit the
Wait.
events of the past and of Vea, we need to do this. I need to do this. Find me in Necrom's tavern. There are too many prying ears here.
What is this? It's like a little hidden epilogue thing with Naryu?
I see the Morag Tong was able to close out the writ. We thank you for your work. I doubt Guiteau had the courage or intelligence to do this on his own. I wonder which of my rivals was helping him.
Who could it possibly be? Someone should clean that up. I feel kind of bad. He wasn't really the bad guy. He was just doing what his boss was telling him. He didn't really to have a choice. I wonder what if I should have picked that other dialogue option. It was like, it's a cool little table. I can never remember where the... What the hell is happening over there? Where the way shrine is around here. So this is... Huh, she wants to meet at the inn. Or not the inn, the... What's it called? Bar? I'm all turned around. This way. I mean, I guess it's an inn. Is she really going to be here?
Enjoying the music, little one?
Not that big an inn, so I should be able to find her quickly. It's kind of sad you can't open up these other doors, but I guess it's like to show you that a lot of people are staying here. Are you? Where are you? No, this is... Is your name Balmore Blue? Cool. Oh, there she is. Wait. This is a tribute? No, there's tribute players here. Weird.
You know, I almost didn't show up. Seeing you again brought back so many memories. The idea of returning to Balmora and avoiding this talk certainly crossed my mind. I can't keep running from this, though. We need to talk about Vea.
How much do you know about what happened in Somerset?
Razumdar gave me his version of the story. I'm fairly certain he didn't ride into a Daedric realm on the back of a griffin, though, did he? Regardless, I know what transpired. I can't help but think Vea's actions were because of my failures.
You saved Vea's life in Balmora and you tried to help her.
And yet all she saw was her only friend pushing her away. I don't get emotional, hero, but even I would have been resentful in her place. Truth was, I didn't know what to do. So I shrugged her off on someone else. Or tried to, anyway.
You did what you thought was best.
Vea wrote me when she arrived in Somerset. She made it clear that sending her away was what I thought best for me, not for her. Alone with nothing but her thoughts. Thoughts of anger, sadness, abandonment. Can I blame her? But what it led to.
Vea chose her own path.
And the path I should have ended when I had the chance. Instead, I did what I always do. I focused on my work. The here and now. It's too dangerous to ever get distracted. That's what I told myself anyway. And you got pulled in, again.
I did what I had to in order to save Somerset.
And from what I hear, it cost a great deal of lives. But you did what I couldn't. As always, you were the hero, hero. I'll only say this once, so don't get used to it. I'm sorry.
Wait, is this the first time we've seen Naryu since Somerset? Wait. Somerset, she wasn't in Murkmire. She wasn't in Greymore. She wasn't in Markarth. She wasn't in Blackwood. She wasn't in the Deadlands. She wasn't in Hyle, and she wasn't in Gate. Wow, I guess it is. What now?
Now I need a drink, and to gather my thoughts. Get my next job, and get out of this damn peninsula. Maybe the next time we run into each other, we can put this behind us and have a more pleasant encounter. Just don't turn up on one of my writs, hero.
Okay. Well, that's kind of a cool closure. How long have they been sitting on that, I wonder? Yeah, because we did meet up with Raz in the last DLC in Fire Song. We had a admittedly somewhat strange little quest with him that involved Tales of Tribute, but a quest nonetheless. So yeah, I hope we see the Vanos twins. Because we saw Neramo recently, didn't we? I feel like we saw him in actually, I guess we saw him the same time we saw the Vanos twins last.
The dead more respect than the living. Leave my offerings to me and get
Oh, this
your
group- this pair
dung-smelling
again.
incense out of my face.
This is also dress stuff. They have a big... This basically whole corner is all dress. And they are, by far, the worst house. They're the slave drivers.
Even if you hadn't destroyed those shipments,
Oh,
I'm sure
wait.
the tribunal would have stopped the plague before it reached Mournhold.
Do you have new armor? No. Hey, Asher, I just saw Naryu. What's up?
Oh, it's you. Come to tussle with the ne'er-do-wells of the Telvanni Peninsula? Actually, I could use a distraction. This is for official business. You should remember how compensation works.
What would it be a distraction for?
The punishment of Luafan Romavel.
What a name.
She convinced those Kamona Tong scoundrels to take Argonian soldiers hostage and force the Ebonheart Pact to pay a large sum for their release. I'm here to ensure that her plan fails, and she never hatches another.
What do you want me to do?
You're a distraction and a secondary measure. We cannot let either Luafan or the soldiers remain in their current positions. Free the soldiers and do something to draw out Luafan. Sound an alarm, make noise, but leave the kill to me.
Alright, I'll free the Argonians and help you kill Luafin? Whew. Romavel.
With you providing a distraction, this writ just got significantly easier. Kimona Rune is just ahead. Are you ready to see what traitorous cretins like Luafan Romavel and the Kamona Tong can do?
Tell me more about Luafin Romavel.
Well, aren't you demanding? She's an enterprising member of the Kamona Tong, a group of dark elf lowlifes. They believe in a lot of nonsense. The competitiveness of their smuggling prices, dark elf superiority, the security of Kimona Rune.
If the Kamana Tong is keeping the soldiers hostage, why does your writ focus on one dark elf?
It was her idea to capture the soldiers and threaten the entire Ebonheart Pact. Of course, she's the one I've been contracted to kill.
How does this threaten the Ebonheart Pact?
Think about it. How would you react if one of your allies held your soldiers hostage? That's why I incorporated releasing the prisoners into my plan. Is it a little more work? Yes. But in this instance, it's worth the effort.
He's not wrong. What is this place?
You mean you don't know? Why come out here then? Very well. It's a smuggler's den of the usual unsavory dreck. Are you familiar with the Kamona Tong?
I mean, kind of, but give me a rehash.
They're criminals who hold on to archaic ideals. It's no coincidence they devised a plan to capture Argonians. Dark elves have a sordid history with certain races, and the Kamona Tong find pride where others see vile history.
So they're xenophobic.
Quick to the draw, aren't you? They have foolishly short memories if they think the old ways were best.
Do you know where they're keeping the soldiers?
All I've been able to gather is that the prisoners are separated, and probably in different buildings around Kimona Rune. They may even be guarded. Try to make as much noise as possible. You are creating a diversion, after all.
I didn't expect to see you here, Asher.
Surprised, are you? Do you expect to find me in random places? I'm flattered, truly. Or were you looking for me? It would be your turn.
I forgot
to play
we
the
saw him in
messenger.
Hackashay. What happened after Hackashay?
Last I heard, Magnate Fena Darak was still in charge of that little town. I suppose she figured out how to lead without relying on her family's lie. If more people were like her, then I'd have less work.
I saw Naryu recently.
I was right. She is here. I suspected as much. Her presence causes quite the stir. I've grown accustomed to sensing when we're sent to the same area. Do you know of her writ? Does it sound more impressive than mine?
I'm not sure about importance, but her business was at Aldisra.
With the Telvanni Council? Well, that certainly sounds interesting. If I had the time, I might have gone to see what her methods would be there. But it's better that I left her alone. Dealing with the great houses puts her in a sour mood.
Tell me more about Luafwin.
Well,
okay, we already got this.
It was her. Think about it.
This one.
Surprised, are you?
How are things in Balmora?
I do what I can to avoid stepping into Vardenfell these days. That business with Vea really mucked things up. Not that I had anything to do with that. Have you since met up with Naryu?
I saw her here.
I was right. With the Telvanni
This
Council.
again. This one. This one.
Think about. You mean you don't know?
No.
Yeah. Quick
yeah.
To all I've been
this
able
one.
to get. Surprised?
I don't have a message for you.
Both here of our own volition. Good. I'd hate to have someone else's whims meddling in this affair. I suppose, since we are catching up, Have you had more dealings with Nayu, or are you here for yet another of your heroic deeds?
Yes.
I was
yes.
right. With the
What is
Telvanni
Cameroon?
Council? You mean you don't know? Why come out here then?
Okay. Yeah, so
Oh,
this...
the
Okay.
criminal.
Okay, his dialogue loops weird,
Remember,
but we've heard
you're
of.
my distraction. Make a commotion in there.
He's fun. Asher's a fun NPC. He's kind of a good, like, balance to Naryu. He's the goofy one, she's the serious one. But they're both, like, real slick. What are we doing here? So, head along this way. Oh, they don't even have to go to the boss. I love that these guys use the broom as their weapon. From the... I mean, I think it was... You could get it before the Jester's Festival as a gag weapon, but it wasn't a outfit style until then. Xander gets so much experience just from basic goons now. It's crazy. I'm so used to low numbers for your companions. It keeps blowing me away whenever I see it. Ow. Corporal Voice of Thunder. Cool name.
These smooth-skinned fools will regret capturing me.
Okay, he does indeed have a voice of thunder. That was a very deep-voiced Argonian. Ow. Above? Oh, over there. Oh, this is where the trolls are fighting. Yeah. I've done a bunch of dailies in here already. Oh. I didn't even see you there, ma'am. Pardon me. Corporal Gitoul.
These dumb beetles insulted me for the last time. Tied up with trolls.
Ooh, I like when the Argonians are mad, because they're usually such, like, easygoing people that, like, treat everything kind of with indifference, or, like, they go with the flow. When they're actually mad like that, how come we haven't got a shovel skin? We've gotten a pickaxe. I know you can get that from the antiquarian stuff. We need more, like, tool weapon skins. Ow. I like when he does that laugh. Ooh. Another master chest. Oh, okay. I guess I can scry that again. I just finished collecting all the parts of that. At this point, I'd rather get a painting out of the chest, but that's even rarer than a lead, so I'm not going to really beg for that.
Mora's twitching tentacles. I'm glad that's done.
Sergeant Gamals.
I thought I'd be tied up there for ages.
Oh, she has a cool head crest. Argonians are cool. If we weren't so desperate for Hammerfell DLC, or Hammerfell, for our Redguard DLC or Wood Elf DLC, I would want Argonians after those two.
Where is that Swit? Doesn't she know how inconvenient this is?
Shall I ring the gong?
Where is it? Oh, there. That gong. Ring it. She has to come see why it sounded. Ring it, and I'll introduce Luafan to my blades.
Oh, I'm trying to, but you won't let me.
Intruders? What's going on here?
Oh, how did he get over there so fast? Oh.
Finally. I'll meet you outside. Free the prisoners if you haven't already.
Why does he sound almost remorseful?
Those chitin creatures? Too many legs.
That was weird. He actually sounded sad almost.
Guard duty.
Arbalist. Or this is just a rascal. Alright. Should I bother fighting the boss? I don't really need anything it drops at this point, I think. Actually, maybe it drops a piece of the... Maybe it drops another piece of the Velothi thing. Actually, what is the one I just got a piece for? Okay, that's Crypt Cannon. Okay. I'm nervous about antiquities because I was looking through a recent, well, not a recent data mine. I've seen it, I noticed it before, but they're continuing it. But in the data, they have collectible versions of a lot of the antiquity skins. Like, there's an outfit style version of Mora's Whispers and the esoteric environmental greaves. Basically everything since, I think since High Isle, besides like jewelry, obviously, because that doesn't have any outfit style. If it's like a body slot, it's had a collectible outfit style added to the game at the same time. And it would be sensible if you only needed to complete the antiquity once, that you could then use the alpha style. What I'm worried about is it's gonna require you to, I'm taking the weirdest, longest route around, require you to completely fill out that codex section, like find each piece 3 times. And if I have to do that with some of the esoteric environmental greaves, some of the leads for those suck. 2 of those leads come from secret bosses and annoying dungeons. And especially the one from Coral Area, the like Thros Greaves or whatever part that was called. Those are terrible because you have to do the entire dungeon and all the secret bosses and then hope that your group doesn't leave at the end, or else you can't fight the secret boss that drops it at the very end after the final boss. I mean, surely...
Time for tea, then.
Oh, I realized why I like Xander's voice so much. He's Die Hard Man from Death Stranding. It's the same actor. The man's got a good voice. Xander has to be close to leveling up again, too. Right? I feel like he's been getting good experience.
New research awaits. Let's ruminate.
Yeah, halfway. Okay.
Dark elf, then freed by one. Do you think I'm just going to ignore the...
I don't care what you do, as long as you don't mention my part in it. I don't know how that sergeant knew about my involvement. I hoped having you free them would rid me of this inconvenience. Still, despite this unfortunate turn of events, I ended Luafin, and you followed directions well.
I thought you needed me to free them to cause a distraction.
Why can't both be true? I told you what you needed to know, but yes, I hoped the soldiers would know only your face. Still, I promised you a reward. Take it. We should part ways before we attract any more unwanted attention. Now, it's off to Necrom for me. Don't be offended, but I hope I don't see you there. Not for a writ, anyway.
What are you gonna do, Necrom?
You know which organization I belong to and what I do for them. Surely the answer to your question is obvious. I don't know the specifics yet, but I'll find more details once I'm there.
What about the Argonian soldiers?
Now, why in oblivion are you worried about them? They're soldiers. They know how to fend for themselves and how to find their commanders. I'm sure they'll be fine.
Why did you ask them not to mention your involvement?
We did our part and freed them from the Commander Tong's grasp. The root of the problem has been solved. If they talk about either of us, then this nuisance may become a much larger mess. And as of right now, it's a mess that I do not have to clean.
Fair enough. Voice of Thunder?
We'll set off as soon as the feeling returns to our legs. Not sure what we'll say about our absence. Gamal's is the one who has to make the report. Feel bad for her.
The faster we head back to the others, the faster we're away from this place. It makes my scales itch worse than bog mites.
Actually, he has the cooler voice than him.
Decisions to make. We were taken against the pact, but ruffians and vagabonds never care for treaties. I have much to think on.
Do you know what you'll say?
I must either lie about our whereabouts and say that we were lost, or tell the truth and become embroiled in potential political machinations. Neither is appealing.
How'd you get captured?
We weren't captured. We were kidnapped. Those dry scales came into our camp, stamped out our fire, and brought us here under the cover of night. They're cowards. They planned to ransom us. I'm not surprised an assassin was sent to deal with them.
Did you know Asher was coming?
So that's the assassin's name.
Oops.
No, we had no idea anyone was sent. But I knew those thugs' plan would attract the pact leader's anger. I'm sure some of the great houses know what happened here, but Asher asked me not to include it in my report.
Why would he do that?
You'd have to ask him that. I'll have plenty of time to think about his request. Those dry scales may have kept us bound, but no one ties our tongues against our will. Whatever my report, it'll be what we want, not what Asher decrees.
Okay. I like that little trio. It's a shame they're like one-off characters, but I would love to see more with them. Right, so that's that one. So there's still this place, and I think one other quest somewhere that I will try to stumble across. Maybe we'll do a quick lap down here, and then we'll keep going. Alright, that's enough of this episode, though, so thanks for joining me. Come back, all the next stuff up real soon, but until then, bye.